say any one thing has changed, but I'm just a better fighter.
It's like wine, a little better.
Yeah, I mean, I kicked my own ass from back then.
And what are you expecting for this fight and from Belfort?
You know, Vitor is very dangerous. He's always has been, and then I think you know, he's improved a lot on his striking as well. He moves his feet better than he used to. He moves his head, and he's more patient. And as we've seen in his last couple of fights, he's thrown some head kicks now. So.
What memories do you have of the first fight?
You know, it was a good fight. I just felt like I controlled and dominated the whole fight, but you know, I didn't finish him. That's one thing that I want to try and do, not leave it up to the judges this fight.
Are you afraid that this can be your last fight at UFC?
No.
How do you see this question about you stop fighting? Some people say about it.
I've never ever said I was going to stop fighting. You know, win or lose, I'm still going to fight. You know, I don't plan on losing at all. I feel great. You know, I was excited when they told me I was going to be fighting in Brazil again. It's where I had my first fights down here, and haven't been back since. And you know, I'm excited to fight again here, and then. You know, hopefully I have a couple fans, Brazilian fans in the stands.
Yeah, we didn't get to see you work out today. Should we read anything into that? That you
I never do. So I haven't ever done an open workout. So I work out in the evening, and you know, pretty much didn't want to exert myself right now.
Yeah, you know, you talked about how you feel and that sort of thing. I mean, is this a process where you're evaluating, you know, what's left for you after the 2 losses, and you know, I mean, are you taking it fight by fight and evaluating each time, or do you feel like there's a future for you?
No, I'm not taking it fight by fight. I mean, obviously, I take every fight seriously, but as far as retirement goes, it's not on fight by fight basis. I feel good, and I know I'm able to compete with the top guys in the sport, and you know, I'm thinking it'll be at least 2 years before I even talk about retiring.
Yeah. And do you see your future at 205, or could you ever go back down, or maybe even go up and take another heavyweight fight?
Well, I don't cut any weight at all for 205. I walk around at 205. So 185 is not too tough to make at all. So, you know, it's just one of those things where if I don't have to cut, I won't. But if the fans or the opportunities are better if I cut weight, then I will.
You feel more comfortable in the light heavyweight division?
Well, I feel more comfortable when I eat as opposed to when I don't eat. So as far as in the actual fight, you know, I don't notice a huge difference. You know, as long as my weight cut goes fine, you know, it's typically I feel good. But you just have to be real careful on how you cut weight to make sure that you're able to still perform the way you know you can.
You've had 2 kind of frustrating fights this year, like very close fights that didn't go your way. What does that do for your spirits? I mean, does that get you upset, you know, that you had those kind of results?
Yeah, I mean, it's frustrating to know that you feel like you've done enough to win, but, you know, at the same time, I probably maybe should have squeezed a little bit more out of it or done a little bit something different. You know, but it is frustrating knowing that had there been different judges, it would have been a different outcome. You know, it's just everybody looks at it differently. So, but I'm not going to dwell on it. I'm obviously not retired from having 2 close losses, and you know, I'm going to be here a while, and my body feels a lot better now than when it did then. You know, it just took me a while to really recover thoroughly from my injury that I had last year.
I was going to say, what's the difference? Just now you're fully recovered? Is it the main difference?
It's just, you know, I can slowly do more and more. You know, you want to always think you're a little better off than you are sometimes, and you know, I've always been a very positive person, and sometimes that's not the best. I would say with both of our styles, we're both guys that like to go out there and try and knock guys out, and you know, we don't typically have boring fights, so you put 2 guys like that together, and it's definitely going to be an exciting fight.
are you liking Goiania?
I haven't seen much, other than the hotel. The hotel's very nice, though. I don't typically go out and do a whole lot before the fight, and unfortunately, I have to go back the day after the fight. But I'll spend one day hanging out and seeing Goiania a little bit.
Dan, would you be interested in possibly matching Little Nog at some point?
Whatever the fans want to see, absolutely. But we got to get through this one first.
Dan, I assume you still have some title aspirations. As far as going back and forth from 185 to 205, would it make more sense to kind of just pick one home kind of and stay with that?
I guess sometimes. Sometimes it would. So, and that's what I have been doing for the last couple of years. And we'll see how it goes. We'll see what the UFC wants me to do. And the biggest thing is see how this fight turns out.